Hi guys! Today we're gonna talk about Dendrobium Hibiki. Why I decided to make this video now? This plant has been potted here for like 2 years, I think, and it has never bloomed for me. I think the problem was the light. I think it was low light for the requirements of this plant. To be honest, it's very hard to find information about Dendrobium Hibiki online. If you decide to research about it, there is not much. There are some plants that you find lots of care tutorials and stuff. This one is not the case. But anyway, when I bought this one, I bought because I found the flowers beautiful. They are like a pink, tiny cluster of flowers with a bright center. And apparently the flowers, they can sprout all around the cane, which is great. But what happened is, this plant didn't bloom. And worse than that, it produced 1,000 of cakes. So I don't think the plant's happy here. Something is weird, because instead of growing and creating mature canes, it decided to produce cakes and cakes and cakes. And dendrobiums are good cake producers, but also cake is a sign that the plant is in a survival mode. So I need to remove the cakes of this plant and I need to repot it. I will take you along while I do it. And also, I want to introduce you a little bit about this plant if you haven't never heard about it. This is a primary hybrid from two New Guinea species. One of them is more like a warm growing, and the other one is from intermediate to cool growing type of orchid. So I would say this plant enjoys intermediate temperature. It is an epiphyte. It grows on top of trees, tree trunks, and also it needs a bright light to mature new canes and also to bloom. So I think that was the problem. I used to have a very not amazing growing light where this plant is sitting in my bedroom. Now I switched it to my Pruning growing light. So let's see what happens next year. But I know that this plant's not healthy. I can see because of the amount of cakes that produced. If you have a Dendrobium Hibiki, if you have experience with it, and if something like that happened to yours, let me know down below. I'd love to hear your comments and how you sort the issue. But so what we're gonna do today, we're gonna basically remove these keikis, pot them up together as one full plant, and we will remove the mother plant from the pot as well, check how the roots are, and that's it. And then I will place it on my shelving and hopefully I will have bloom soon. I would love to see this plant bloom. It's not a deciduous plant, not a plant that needs a cool down temperature to bloom or anything of the sorts, but it just needs like very, very bright light, intermediate temperature, and watering when it needs its water. So I will pot it in my usual mix, that's bark and sphagnum moss. Let's start. So guys, here's my plant. Sorry about the noise. What I will do now, I will unpot this plant and let's check the root system, shall we? I'm gonna reuse the same pot. You just squeeze gently to untouch all the roots from the pot. That's its tag. I bought it here in the UK. It came from the spice exotic plant. It is seated in a self-watering pot, but I will remove that. I don't think this plant is the plant that needs a self-watering pot, so this is gone. So maybe that's one of the issues, is the fact that it's sitting in a self-watering pot. I'm not sure, I doubt it, but yeah. So I hope you can see, I'm focused on my table so you can see better the process. What you have to do, the first thing that you have to do when you unpot your plant is like remove all the old medium from the root system, as I'm doing here. That's very important because you don't want the old medium to spoil the new medium where your plant will be potted in. So let's remove gently all the old medium from this plant. Let's see what happened here. It does have roots. I don't know if you can see it properly, but it does have roots. The thing is, I don't know, yeah. So the moss is very easy to detach from the roots and everything, but the bark attaches like nothing. It's amazing. Let me keep removing it here. So what I'm gonna do is, I will now go to the sink and I will rinse some water around the root system just to make sure I remove the rest of the medium. I don't want to keep pulling all of this bark because it can hurt the root system. And then I will gently touch on the roots to check what's dead and what's still alive. Some of them are like very, very like dark, but I'm not sure if they are dead. Others I'm sure because development is mushy. So you can see there are many like dead roots in here, but there are some roots that are alive and very good. So let's just remove this medium. Let's see how the root system is. Doesn't look so bad, does it? Let's see. So I've just rinsed some water here. One of the cakes have come out already, so that's one of them. What I will do now is I need to remove, for example, all of the dead roots. So as I said, everything that is mushy and doesn't look like it is alive anymore, I will just look. I know like all of these, I don't know if you can see, so the reason why I'm using this black tray today is that I don't know where my white tray is, so try to do it like that for you to see properly what is going on here. Just gonna cut all of these dead roots, that's all. Especially like towards the older canes, there are more dead roots. And you need to be careful with the newer roots, the ones that are alive. So everything behind here was dead. And then there are more dead roots here, more dead roots here. Sorry, and it's also pretty dark here in London now, so it's hard for me to get proper lighting and good light for filming. And I'm running a little bit behind my schedule, but I will make 2 videos a week again. I just need to organize my life. So let's see if this week I will manage. I hope so. So you see more things going on. Let me remove this black tray. I think you'll be able to see it better if I do it like that. Hope so. So as you can see here, I still have some dead roots, but I'm not really worried about them anymore. What I'm gonna do is I will remove the cakes. So can you see these? They have like very large roots and everything else. So you can basically, some of them are growing like nothing on top of the canes, the mother canes. And the roots are all around. So that's one of them. Instead of actually open the canes wide, you can just basically, some of them you can just pull them from the mother canes and they will come out. Usually you need to have some sort of length on the roots for these plants to be able to survive on their own. So that's really important. So keep an eye on that. So look, another one. Let's see, I have more. I know it's ridiculous, a little bit strange as well. I don't know what is going on here, but look at the amount of cakes that I have. I feel like this plant's not healthy, because otherwise why it would push so many cakes? But maybe it is, who knows? If you know, please let me know. I would love to hear it. Your opinion about growing cakes. So look, you just pull it a little bit and move to side and the cake will come out. So that just happened here. I have a younger cane here, I'm not gonna bother. What else? So I still have lots of canes. So I will remove like one of the oldest cane, that's this one. What else? I have an old cane here that's not serving for any purpose, so I'm gonna also remove that one. And I will leave the rest. What I'm gonna do, I will now pot them, these plants together in their old pot. I have here 1, 2, 3. I have so many tiny plants that I don't even know what to do with them. So now let's pot all of them together, shall we? I'm gonna just move it a little bit here. I'm gonna grab my tray to remove that, the old roots and everything towards there. I'm not use hydrogen peroxide or anything similar to it because I know this plant doesn't have any pests. It's been with me for a while. The only thing that I know, there is something wrong in here, but I don't think it has nothing to do. Maybe it's my care. I'm hopeful that this year is going to be a better year for my hibiki. Let's see, fingers crossed. So let's start repotting it. So I will use some moss and bark on the mixture. So I will start with a layer of moss on the bottom of this. Maybe too much fertilizer, who knows? Something is definitely wrong, something is definitely off, but it's fine. Now a layer of bark. If you know, I live in a pretty cold and humid place, so I don't need to place loads of moss because otherwise, if I don't keep an eye on it, it will be humid for a long time and I can rot the roots. So I need to have a lot of bark to aerate this medium and to make sure that my plant is potted in healthily. Now I got the mother plant, place it around here, and also all the cakes I will pot them with the mother plant, but I will keep placing them around here, the main plant. All of them, they have like longer roots and everything else, so I think they will be able to survive. And I have a tiny loads and loads of babies here. It's fine. I hope they give me flowers. Not only, but that they grow without creating so many keikis. And they show me that they are doing well, because I don't think this plant's doing well. Let's see, let's be hopeful, right? I'm gonna place the last layer of moss. I'm doing a big mess, as you can see. It's quite difficult to pot so many plants together, but we'll manage. So yeah, so ideal here, let's place some moss around the pot and also here on the middle, because I do have some tiny babies here and there. I have more bits here. I'm hopeful. What I will do, I will place some some bits of slow release fertilizer, but not loads of them, just a little bit to help this plant to grow. I place some slow release fertilizer, and now I'm gonna place the last layer of moss, oh my gosh, of bark. I keep adding it. I had issues. I should have repotted this plant a long time, but I was without bark. Then I have time to buy bark. I didn't have time to do anything lately. It's been pretty busy with my life in general. I think lots of people experience that when we do many things at the same time. It's normal. Anyway, so there we go. Everything is potted here. Let me clean the mess and end this video. So, just to conclude, my plant is perfectly potted. It's full of air inside this pot. The moss is fluffy. The bark is new, brand new bark. Also, the keikis are all here potted with the mother plant. What I noticed is this plant didn't bloom for me, produced 1,000 of keikis, so something was definitely off. The only way for you to fix these situations is investigate. So if the plant's not blooming, change the light, change the position. Also, check if you're fertilizing it. If you're fertilizing it too much, when we have so many keikis, and that can be an issue. But I don't think that was it, because the roots, they were not that bad. Also, there are a few things that you can do, like maybe change the medium if you think the medium is not adequate for the plants that you have. So that's what here I kept the medium because I have my dendrobiums potted in the same medium and they do well. It's a medium for epiphyte plants, but I knew I need to fix the situations with the situation of the keikis, and I also know that the light that I used to provide for this plant wasn't enough. So hopefully from now this plant will be able to grow healthier and will produce more roots and maybe mature canes that will be able to rebloom for me. But like it is doing now, I was not really happy with the situation. What I should also do, maybe when it's spring, I should move to one of the windowsills here and see if with lots of light this plant will bloom for me. So definitely probably fix the situation that I have now. But until then, I will keep it under my growing lights because it's winter now. The days are pretty short and dark. So there is no reason for me to actually move it to here, but I will definitely do it later. So what I wanna tell you with this video is, first of all, if you have experienced something with dendrobiums like that, producing 1,000 of keikis, maybe if you have a chance to investigate further and maybe repot your plant, it's a good idea to do so. The second thing is observe your plants not doing as you expected. Change the location, change the medium, or even repot it, and maybe we can have a healthier plant in the future. I'll definitely update you about this plant. But if you have enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below, hit the like button. Sorry about the noise outside. London's pretty busy as always, even when it's snowing. Hey! So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. And yes, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye!